In this video, I will discuss 5 of the major reasons a child might attack and what you can do to address each of these underlying causes. Hey, it's Caitlin from Childwise Chatter, where I help you find your way back to your heart, where all the answers about how to be the best parent for your child are. If you've ever been in a situation where your child's verbal or physical aggression is directed at you, it can be pretty hard to take. You might have tried taking a hard line and punished your child for this kind of behaviour, yelled back at them, or maybe just had to retreat to somewhere else to keep yourself safe. But the behaviour continues, and sometimes it's even on a daily basis. So in this video, we're going to consider 5 things that can turn things around for you and your child when they're addressed. Now make sure you stick around right to the end, because I'm also going to share my top tool for working out what is beneath any behaviour. So number 1, safety is the starting point. Aggression happens when the fight mechanism of our autonomic nervous system is triggered. It happens because we sense there is some kind of threat in our environment and we don't feel safe. Now you may think, but my child is perfectly safe when they get aggressive. So when I say safe, I don't mean a general perception of safety where there's no sudden and imminent physical danger. I mean what Mona Delahooke describes as brain safe. So this is what is called your child's neuroception of safety. Neuroception is our body and brain system for interpreting cues of threat or cues of safety. And what can happen is that your child's neuroception can become faulty for lots of reasons. So these might include things like early adverse experiences that they might have had. Things like family grief, trauma, loss, or any kind of mental health issues that were around can cause the neuroception of a child to wire up oriented towards threat. Now we can address this through what is known as co-regulation, and this is providing safety cues through our presence, our voice, and our posture. The second thing to consider is that possibly they have a different way of processing information through their senses. So picking up on things that they interpret as threatening. This can also cause a child's neuroception to sense danger when there actually isn't any. So a really good OT can help for this. For more on these first 2 considerations, check out Mona Delahooke's work. She has some great books on the subject. So the third thing to consider is attachment. What has the quality of our relationship been like with our child? If there have been many experiences where we have behaved in a threatening way, so maybe there's been a lot of shouting, rough handling of them, screaming at them, this was very triggering to their neuroception based on these past experiences. Now, if this is the case, you will need support to shift these behaviours if they are still happening. But please don't despair. There's reasons why this is happening, and there is so much you can do to turn this around. And it all starts with just committing that you're going to do what it takes. Believe me, I say this from my own experience of finding myself acting in threatening ways towards my child more often than I would have liked. This was due to my own faulty neuroception, which I now have the tools to work with. Now, the fourth thing to consider is whether or not your child can adapt when they feel frustrated. So frustration can fuel aggression if your child has not had the experiences that support adaptation. We can address this by providing empathic support when our child feels frustration without taking that frustration away. So as Gordon Neufeld says in his book, Hold On to Your Kids, when things aren't working for your child, which is what frustration is, draw out the tears instead of trying to teach them a lesson. So when our child goes to tears, it means that they have accepted the situation's futility, and it means they realize they have to adapt and change themselves instead of trying to fight against the situation. The fifth thing to consider is the amount of stress your child might be experiencing in daily life. Every child experiences stress differently and has a different threshold of ideal stress, which enables them to grow. We can address this one by considering the stress levels that your child experiences throughout a day or a week, and just noticing signs that it may not be at a manageable level for them, then doing what we need to do to adjust the expectations, the activities, the things that are going on for them so that it's at a more manageable level. Now, earlier in the video, I said I would share my top tool for determining what is beneath any behaviour, so here it is, my Roots of Behaviour worksheet. If you'd like a copy to help you identify what you might need to address to turn around your child's aggressive behaviour, or any behaviour that you'd really like to shift, just click on the link below in the description and I will get a PDF of this out to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.